And welcome back. President Trump expected to sign off on a new TikTok deal this week. The agreement would shift the app's U.S. operations into a joint venture, giving American investors majority control. The move could sharply cut Chinese parent company ByteDance's stake in TikTok. Joining us now is Alex Hammerstone, Advisory Solutions Director at Trusted. Well, we welcome you very much here this morning. Thanks for taking a couple moments for us here. So let's talk about the algorithm here. It's the defining feature of the app. So what's going to be the difference between a licensed copy and the original algorithm, and is it going to change the experience for the American user? I guess that's the big question, right?
Absolutely. And some of it remains to be seen. There's still some details that are coming out. But I think, algorithm is one of those terms that's kind of taken on a bigger than, kind of life role in our modern society. And people don't necessarily understand what we mean by that term. But the simplest way to think about it is really it's something that's driving what you're seeing, on any website or any app, right? To simplify it. And so it really has the ability to kind of drive what people are seeing and what they're thinking about and what they're talking about. And so it looks like the algorithm's going to be retrained. It'll be kind of reset and restarted and trained using only the U.S. data. So it's not necessarily going to include what other users around the world may be seeing. And so it will absolutely change what people are seeing in the experience, but it really remains to be seen how much that's going to change.
Okay, so let's look at this from more of a business perspective, because this isn't just about high school kids that are, having fun with TikTok and whatnot. This is, for a lot of people, for a lot of Americans, this is the primary source of their income. And this is their business. And when they hear that, okay, now the government's getting involved and then Oracle's now getting involved, this could affect a lot of bottom lines for people, too, on a much more serious note than it's just being some, fun little social media thing.
And that's absolutely true. And we don't just hear from people that maybe are influencers and, started out with some kind of TikTok dance or whatever, but also a lot of, physical businesses, use it to drive, users use it to drive customers into either their physical or their online presence. So absolutely. I think a lot of people get nervous, especially people that make their income and their living, whether it's all of it or part of it, are going to be concerned and really, watching to see what happens and how things change.
So do you anticipate that users are going to get the same quality app or maybe just kind of like a little bit of a downgraded parallel version?
So parallel for sure, right? I don't know downgraded yet. Obviously this consortium is going to be licensing the algorithm, and we would assume kind of the trade dress and all those other pieces. So it should look pretty similar from that perspective. As far as ongoing updates, things will probably look similar. What's likely to change again is what you see, right? So what the recommendations are, kind of how you're kind of driven through the experience in the app. I think that's going to be what's different.
What about from a safety standpoint, consumer privacy? I know that was kind of big. That's been one of the big talking points, is that this ByteDance company, this Chinese company, has got all this information on American users or whatnot. Is that going to change at all? Or was that basically a smokescreen for, hey, you're making too much money over there on this app, so we need to now take control of it?
I think that's already been moving, right? So there have been a lot of conversations around that and kind of bringing the U.S. user data back into the U.S. So it's tough, really, right? The way data moves around and just how much there is. And, we've certainly seen, inappropriate data use from, companies in every country. So the location of the data, it certainly is going to be part of the effect. But I don't know that it necessarily, it's going to change the security of that data, but that remains to be seen as well.
Well, thank heavens for the other social media outlets that are out there that privacy is paramount there. So it's nothing to worry about. I say that tongue firmly planted in cheek. Alex, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. For more on this, just head to our website at cbsnewyork.com.